What's going on, guys? Kyle from Ocean State Merchants back with another video for you today. Today we're going to go over what we picked up this weekend. I made a goal to spend $2,000 on inventory this month. Last month I spent like hardly anything, and I need to start getting my spending going because my store, I worked on my death pile all last month. That's pretty much gone. So I'm down to like 1.5 totes left. So that's slowly being chipped away. But I need to work on getting some better and new things in. Doing a lot of listing of stuff that's boring, slow sell-through rates, lower value. So trying to get some things going. Yard sale season started. I went to 5 sales, I think, this week. So I'll show you guys everything we picked up from there. It was kind of hard picking up a little bit of scraps. I'm super congested because the allergies this season are absolutely destroying me. So trying to get through that. But I'll show you guys everything I picked up. Nothing groundbreaking, I don't think. But it was nice to go to a couple of yard sales. First thing that we picked up, these are Levi's. What model is this? Levi's 512 women's jeans. So pick these up for $1. Anytime I can get a Levi's for $1, I'm going to pick them up. They're in good condition. They're modern. There's nothing too crazy about them. But I figured high-rise mom kind of jean, I could probably get, I don't know, $15 for it. I think it's just kind of an easy seller. I'm trying to do a little bit more with clothing. I'm not a big clothing person. I don't really know a ton about it, but just trying to learn some of the styles. I'm sure this style isn't anything crazy, but just trying to learn the styles a little bit and get a little bit better at, picking up that kind of stuff and really what I'm looking for. Wilson baseball glove. Picked this up for $4. It's the season to sell this. I'll probably be able to sell this locally for probably like $15, $20 quickly, or if not on eBay. I haven't looked up the model number, but it's in good shape. Obviously, Wilson's a decent brand to have. And it is the time of season for baseball. My son has his first T-ball practice. He's 5, so first T-ball practice this year. So super excited about that. I picked this up at a yard sale. Just a little tiny polo, golf polo here. Has like a really small pony emblem on it. Nothing crazy. Purple. Once again, this is probably like a $10 shirt. Nothing too insane. But picked it up for $10. I picked up a pair of sunglasses at this sale as well that you'll see in a minute. And that was pretty much just thrown in for free. So I valued that at $1, but really the sunglasses were $10, which is what I spent at that sale. So essentially got that for free. Bought this Mickey Mouse Holiday Express train set here. I need to test it, make sure it's working. I figure I can probably piece it out. If not, like I know the Mickey and Minnie would probably sell decently. All three of these trading cards would probably sell decently, and if this is broken, then maybe not that piece, but I could at least make my money back. They said it was complete and that it was working, so seemed like I had fun at the sale. They were pretty nice people, so I figured I'd give that a whirl. But I ended up picking that up along with a disco ball that my kids are currently using for $12. So I should be able to make all my money and then some. I think the comp on that was about $50. But excited to have that. One of the things I'm trying to do is get a bunch of Christmas stuff. And my goal is to have, I forget what I set my goal. I wrote it down someplace. But I'm just going to say I wanted a certain amount of pieces to equal a certain amount of money. I think it was like $10,000 essentially going into the Christmas season. I'll have to double check it and like figure out exactly what my goal is. But I'm looking to pick up ornaments, small. I'm not looking to pick up a bunch of train sets. If I can, I will. I have a decent amount of storage in my basement for that kind of stuff. But stockings, especially like handmade or like Disney stockings, stuff like that, ornaments. I'm looking to pick all that stuff up. I'm going to be selective on the ornaments, selective on that kind of stuff. I obviously want stuff that will sell during the Christmas season, but I want to go into that, post a bunch in October, knowing I'm going to have like a huge influx in just holiday sales on decor. Never mind, the inventory. Hopefully I have it in my store. We got this little pink North Face jacket. This is a little girl's jacket. Perfect time of season for this, though. Got this for $1 as well. It is just like a little rain jacket. This would fit my daughter. It'd be a little bit big on her, so I bought it for her essentially to wear until it sells. I will list it, and then it'll be a part of her clothing until it sells off. Willow Tree. I like picking up Willow Tree figures. I do very well selling them. You look for the condition. Some of these things can get like really worn down. You can see like big wear patterns or obviously cracks, damage, stuff like that. But even like some wear, they tend to sell. This one is called Together from 2011. They usually do, you're not going to get in crazy money, but I generally average on the small ones like $10 to maybe $15, $20 on these. If you can find the nativity set, definitely worth a pickup. Got that one for $2, so not too shabby there. This was a big lot. This person had a ton of like camping gear, fishing gear, stuff like that. So I picked up a couple different things from them. First thing we picked up were these waders. This is a good size. I think it was like extra large Tide Wee. I'm not 100% sure of that brand, but full size waders, comes up to your chest. And I think this was an extra large. If I can find it quickly, I'll let you know. But I'm just gonna call it an extra large. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but really good waders. I live in a beach community. This is like the perfect thing to sell local. I will put it up on eBay, but I've had a bunch of different waders sets before and done pretty well with that. I had these fall down, but part of that same sale, picked up little Nike baseball pants. Probably girls, obviously, with the green tag in there, or pink tag in there. Holy crap. Size medium, but once again, baseball season, people are looking to pick this stuff up. The town I live in, as I said, little beach community, but it is very like resource driven. It likes to recycle, it likes to reuse, that kind of stuff. I mean, I think our town's Facebook is a little crazy. I saw someone post a half-eaten apple pie that people were interested in eating and getting. So it is very tight-knit, and I do think that I do have an advantage with that, because I'll put those baseball pants up for $5-10 and they will sell. They'll sell quickly and I don't have to worry about it. I'll still obviously start them a little high, but as they fall, and yeah, just kind of let that go. Arctics, once again, kind of get into my winter theme. It's not just holiday decor. I'm going to try to limit this stuff, but snow pants, once again, kids snow pants, Arctics, decent brand for selling at least. It'll sell quick for kids brand at least. Extra large or large. Oh, this is a large. It's highlighted. It has all the sizes in it, and then it highlights the one it is. But large snow pants in good condition. They'll move fairly quickly for me during that holiday season. Put it aside and kind of wait it out. I did very well this year with snow boots, especially we had 2 huge storms. We got a lot of snow this summer, or winter, sorry. Oh my God, I'm struggling today. We had a lot of snow this winter, a couple feet in we got a huge blizzard, and all my snow gear sold super fast during that. Schmidt workwear, so this says Schmidt workwear for kids, but this is not, I would not think this is kids. Maybe it is actually. Yeah, so kid size. I didn't really pay attention to that. Maybe it's kid size, but let's see what size this thing says. Yeah, extra large youth. So extra large youth. And then just coverall, hunting, fishing kind of stuff there. So originally I bought that. I thought that was me an adult size. So we'll have to take a look at that, see kind of the sale on that. But that came in a big lot. And then I need to look this up. I'm not even 100% sure what brand paintball gun this is, but we've got one paintball gun here. This was the mother. She said this was like a Griffin paintball gun. I don't know anything about Griffin. I've never heard of Griffin. We got 2 Griffin guns there. Then we got an Outcast gun. We got a Project Salvo. So this is probably one of the better guns that I think that was there. This kind of looked like a Tippmann A1 to me. It's one of the older Tippmann models. This also, I don't know. I say this was a paintball gun, but maybe it's like an airsoft gun. It looks like it's, I don't know. It's weird how it has like a clip that looks like it comes out with a CO2 cartridge. I'll have to do a little bit of research on this one. This might be some sort of airsoft gun. And then lastly with that sale, kind of beat up, but the custom Tippmann 98 Custom, one of the classic guns. This is the gun that I had, and I do like the fact that it has a nice big long barrel on it. Paint on it is coming off, so someone's gonna have to kind of do a little bit of a project, and I would sand this down and repaint it if I were buying this gun. But all the guns seemed like in good working condition. She was very into it. The family did a lot of paintballing, and so she said it was still all working. So with any luck, we won't run into any issues there. This is the $10 sunglasses I bought. So just a little pair of Ray-Bans here. And my kids also picked up 2 like snowmen at this sale. One was made by like a student this lady had, so they had no value, but they enjoy it. They're into their new snowmen. My son got a 4th of July snowman, so he's really enjoying it. But came with a case. The case is broken, missing the tab on the outside, the little rivet. Can easily be fixed if someone wants to fix it. But sunglass pickup. Picked up all these stuffies for $1. I don't know this brand, so this was Zuru. Z-U-R-U. Never heard of it, but this is like a little bunny. It has like a charging port on the bottom. I've heard of For Real. I've actually sold a bunch of the For Real pets. So this guy works. You move him forward, and he does unicorn / horse sounds. And then everyone's favorite, I'm going to try not to set this thing off, but we got the Furby. Modern version of it, but all for $1 each. And I picked up a couple books that my kids have taken, Disney books, that eventually I'll lot up. But for the time being, they can read them and have a little bit of fun with it. Went to an estate sale on Friday. My son was homesick with me, so we went to an estate sale, and it was a nightmare. First off, I didn't really pay attention to where it was. I just kind of saw that I was in the southern part of Rhode Island, in Westerly. And in Westerly, there's a well-known area called Watch Hill. Taylor Swift has a house there. Her mansion's in there. And it's very expensive. And that's where this estate sale was. I pulled up to the estate sale like 3-4 minutes before it was, happening. And there were like 50 people waiting outside. I had my son with me. He was homesick. He is 5, and he was not participating. He did not want to stay there. They're letting 25 people in at a time. So we went and looked around all the stuff in the yard and the sheds, that kind of stuff. I didn't realize you had to sign up and like put your name on the list. So then we fell a little bit further back on the list. We ended up waiting 45 minutes. Played with him in the yard. He was a trooper. He made it. But by the time we made it into the house, he was done. He just wanted out of there. And they had a lot of high-end glass. So I didn't last very long in there. I picked up this vintage LL Bean hat, made in USA, 100% wool. Freeport, Maine tag on there. So thought that was a cool pickup. And then this is a modern Grateful Dead tie-dye hat here. It is with the liquid blue tag there, but made in 2021. So nothing crazy with these two hats. Spent $10 at the estate sale. A lot of it was high priced. A lot of it was glass, which is not my forte. And my son was ready just to skedaddle on out of there. So definitely did not get a ton done there. So but that's everything we picked up. I'm going to show you guys everything. I'm going to clean this up, show you guys everything that we sold over the weekend as well. All right, guys. So reset everything here now. Everything that we sold. You're going to see kind of a lot of lower end stuff. Some better stuff, but nothing really groundbreaking. I'm going to start with a ton of DVDs we sold. So you guys are going to see a lot here. Started off $149. Wizard of Oz, as I said, a lot of my like single DVDs. They're listed at $1.49. Hoping people will do lots. This one sold the Macari for $1.49. We got Coco. That one's on Disney Plus, so I was surprised to see that one actually sell. Figured that someone would come get a bunch of Disney DVDs, but one single Disney sold that is on Disney Plus, so that was an interesting sale. All these, this is what I'm really looking for, $13.93. So you got Blade 2, you've got the Muppets, original movie, Resident Evil, Matrix, Harlem Nights, Ark of Truth, and then we have The Sixth Day. So all that was one lot, sold for $13.93. Had another person come in and get another lot, which is perfect, exactly what we're looking for. $16.40 on this lot right here. We got Batman, you got Hercules, Proud Mary, Happily Ever After 2, National Lampoon Black Ball. We've got Tarzan, R.L.S. Stein, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Balls Out, and Under the Tuscan Sun. So nice little lot there, all going up for $16.40. Ideally, what I'm looking for, it's free shipping. So I charge kind of a premium for shipping, $5.50 for a DVD. That way I don't really lose much money or any money in like supplies, everything like that. So if you buy a DVD from just one, to me, it's really not a great deal. If you go buy a bunch, everything else is free shipping at $1.49 DVD. Not bad. So once again, $1.99 for the Muppets. We had Lowdown Dirty Shame for $1.49, and this was actually a decent one. So Little Mermaid sold for $6.99 plus shipping on top for that one. So all those DVDs going out. We actually have a DVD coming back. So I sold Twilight. Maybe I'll remember to post it here. But it comes with like a little film cell that I knew about, but I forgot because I actually found the film cell. This is years ago. Because as I said before, now that I'm doing like List Easier, and I started like kind of playing around with the DVD listings and a shipping policy specifically for DVDs in a way that to sell them. I'm trying to get them out. I know they have value. I'm making a little bit of money off of it. Nothing crazy. As I said, nothing groundbreaking. But I'm making a little bit of money on it. But I did find that cell, and it sells for like $20 on its own. So I sold the cell like over a year ago. I had someone buy that DVD and then open a return request, essentially saying the cell was not in there. I didn't list it in my listing. I kind of forgot that it was even in there. I didn't think it was a thing, but they zoomed in on the sticker that's on there that says a cell is provided with the DVD. I didn't put the word complete. I didn't put that. I just put that it comes with these DVDs and the case. So we'll see. I'm going to contact eBay. It's $1.49. It's ridiculous, but I can't stand when I know someone's trying to scam me. I will lose money. I paid for shipping back. I'm obviously going to lose money. I only sold it for $1.49, but I will fight it to the ends of the earth, just to see. Maybe I'll film that and see kind of like where we get to, in regards to that fight. But, yeah, it's coming back. You know, it is what it is. Just a little frustrating. Sold this. This is a little Disney bracelet. I thought about keeping this for my daughter. This came from a storage unit. It has like Minnie, Donald Duck, Mickey, Tinkerbell, and Goofy on it. Obviously smaller, probably fit my daughter. We're going to Disney in a couple months. So I was like, oh, but this would be kind of cool. But it's kind of, I don't know. If the pendants weren't like pendants and they were just kind of like little tiny charms or built into the bracelet, I would have had it for her. But just because I thought it would be a little obnoxious to have on her wrist, ended up selling it. It sold for $11.39, sent an offer out. I usually send a bunch of if anything has a availability to have a 5% offer, I send it. Sold 2 comic books. First one we sold, $4.99. We got G.I. Joe Transformers. This is 1 of 4 of a mini series. This was done with List Easier. And again, $3.79. This is Journey into Mystery number 16. So once again, another List Easier sale. List Easier has been working for me. It's great because comic books I struggle with. I have to do research. I don't know anything about them. So having that AI just build the description, build everything. I created a shipping amount for them. It's $7.40. It's a random shipping amount. I don't know why I chose that, but we did. And people are paying it. I need to get shipping just like my DVDs where you buy one, the rest are free. I want to do the same with the comic books. They're light enough where you can stack a couple together, and then if I sell 5, 10, whatever, I'll take a loss on shipping to get rid of these things. If I'm selling them at $2, $3, $4 a piece. Otherwise, I'm just going to lot them up and make 50 cents to $1 per one. And with the amount of books I have, if I can get a little bit of sales, that's great. Eventually, I'll take it down and relist it. I do have to be careful because, as I said, List Easier, it's great. Like, you got 1,000 listings, and you're like, oh, it's only this for a month. But you have to remember, every listing you do has 6.5 to 7 cents per listing. I'm going to upgrade mine because I have a crap ton of sports cards, and it'll be about 2.5 to 3 cents a listing. Where when I take it down, it's not hurting me as much. But you end up taking down 100 comic books at 7 cents each. It does cut in a little bit. You donated essentially $7. So just something to be kind of cognizant of and thinking about if you are getting into it. It's definitely not for everyone. You need a good amount of like inventory to sustain it. It is interesting though, because they don't really have a way to stop you from buying it, using it, and then getting rid of it. So if you're a person that runs into a comic book buy and you have the opportunity to buy it, you could just do List Easier for a single month, it looks like. They don't give you like a discount, as far as I can tell, a discount for like having a year-long subscription or half a year subscription or anything like that. So there's nothing really stopping people from using it for a month, blowing up a bunch of listings, and then kind of going back when they don't need it. So it might be a good way to kind of learn and see if it really does work for you. Mount Rushmore, this is like a dollar bill set. I'm not 100% sure if it's found in a storage unit. Sold for $9.59. Once again, another offer taken. So not real dollars here. As you can see, every single dollar is a $1 bill. But just a little collective set. The case isn't in the best condition. It does have some like wear, a little bit. And then on the front, there's like this random weird stain on it. Came from a storage unit. Had it for a little while. Funko Pops are dead. I would not buy Funko Pops personally all that much. Sold these 3 for $7.99. Harry Potter. So we got Harry. I don't even know who this guy is. And then Ron. All with their wands. I do pick them up if they're like 50 cents now. I used to pick them up if they were like $1 each. Now, if they're about 50 cents or less, I will still pick them up, put them in lots like this. And they do sell. They take a while. They're not going to sell fast unless you blow them out crazy prices. But at the bins, I'll pick these up. And there are still some that have decent value. Like everyone says they're all dead. They aren't. There are some good selling ones, but then they are not what they used to be. So definitely want to be a little bit careful of that. Pick this up at the bins, $8.99, sold internationally. This little Stacy Sport doll. This was only up for a couple days. I couldn't find a comp on this one. So I could find complete in box like rollerblading one. So I don't know if she's supposed to have a helmet, but I also found another one that had kind of the same outfit like in tennis. I know it's like a sport edition, so I'm sure she can wear the same clothes and have different sports. I don't really know. But I also found like the single doll was sold at 6-inch dolls, but this is a 9-inch doll. So I went a little bit more than the 6-inch doll, but nothing crazy because I just wanted to see it move. As I said, I got this in the bin, so I'm into this thing for probably like 50 cents, sold it for $8.99, and it was a quick sell. This one is a vintage t-shirt, $11.39. This ended up selling. So this is a vintage Newport Jazz Fest t-shirt. Maybe I'll pop up a comp here so you can kind of see what it is. But it has some severe wear. It's pretty beat up. But I didn't really think of this. The Newport Jazz Fest just released tickets. I'm not exactly sure when it's happening. My buddy's trying to get me to go because apparently there's a band, like a really good band that we're supposed to go see. I'm not a band person. I don't know them, nor do I really care about it. But maybe I'll go. We'll see if I can get someone to watch my kids. But with that releasing, now people bought tickets. Maybe they're starting to think that what they're going to wear. There are people that really follow the Newport Jazz Fest. It is a huge series, and I know it is very popular in this area, and I think nationwide, actually. A lot of people go to it. $11.39, sold this Adidas golf club. Oh my God, Adidas baseball glove. Lefty. Someone's going to pick this up locally, and then in the last second they realized there's a lefty, thank God. Or a left-hand throw at least. But sold for $10.39. As I said before, baseball stuff is now moving. Sold this on Poshmark, $20. So we sold 3 items. My Poshmark is hard to bundle because I don't have a ton on there. Starting to gradually get better, starting to move stuff over. But there's like bundling like same size clothing is gonna be difficult for me because I don't have a ton of stuff. But this person hit a wooden trifecta here. So we got the wooden pepper and salt shaker, wooden, the roosters on it. Little 3-inch wooden cat. This was actually just listed. This wasn't up too long, but the other 2 were on my 30% sale on my eBay. And then this is a wooden crucifix, Jesus decor, religious decor. A little bit loose, and it's like a kind of cheaper wood, but sold all 3 of those for $20. So happy to see those go because they've been around forever, and getting a sale on Poshmark is always exciting because my Poshmark is very slow. Providence Blue Book 1923. So with Towns vintage, book, I think it goes kind of like by populations maybe. I'm not really sure 100% what a blue book is, to be quite honest, but shows you like it's kind of like a address book. You can find people's names and addresses back in 1923. So I'm presuming someone had once lived in Providence in 1923 and was a little bit nostalgic about that. $11.99, sparkly vans. Anytime you can get like kids sparkly vans, I'd pick them up for $1 or less. Picked these up for $1, sold it for $12. Not super fast movers, but they will move. We do like to pick up little kids sparkly shoes. My kids and kids that have been to like our weddings, that's typically what they've worn. So especially during the wedding season, you could probably get some decent sales out of those. Once again, you're only gonna make like $10, but they will sell, especially during that time, because I think a lot of people do that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously I was not too involved in that, but my wife and whoever, my niece, I guess, was our flower girl and always had the sparkly shoes. Also, Keds can work for that as well. This is a K Woody pipe. So this is a very old storage buy, my best storage buy ever. Probably a year and a half ago now. Bought it for $10 and we sold about $26,000 worth of stuff. So continue making sales. This sold for $22.50. Found that in a tote. Found like 2 more totes from that of like stuff that the pipe's good, but older stuff that I'm not super interested in selling. G.I. Joe figurine here, little door that opens. I forget how I did this. It says lift, so I guess we'll go with the lift action. I don't know. I don't want to break it right after I sold it. Oh, there we go. So opens up, has like the little seat in there, and obviously it's supposed to be like some sort of blade that I presume cuts through people or things G.I. Joe related. $10.39 on that one. These were a nice sell because the condition isn't the best. $19.99. These are roller derby rollerblades. I'm just going to show you one. You guys can kind of see how scuffed up these things are. So I'm presuming someone actually did use these for roller derby. And of course I grabbed the one that I don't quite want to show because this one's scuffed up, but this one doesn't look like it has a brake on it. So I made sure to show that. I don't know anything about roller derby and that kind of stuff, and if this is like what it's supposed to look like, but to me, there should be a rubber piece that actually helps you stop. And it doesn't look like it's there anymore, so I don't know. I made sure to list it, made sure to picture it, made sure it was well known. But sold for $20. I did mark that down pretty well because of the condition. Second last item we sold, this is a antique metal statue here. So sold this for $19. He's supposed to have a lance that he doesn't have, and then I'm presuming like a feather or something in his hat because there's a hole for the feather. But ended up selling that. It was up for 20 to the 5% offer. Someone accepted it at $19. And the last thing we sold, sticking with our antique theme, this is a, what is this brand? It's an 8-iron. I forget what the brand was even called. Yeah, I can't read it. It's so faded, but antique clubs do well because people will use them for decor in their houses. This is a fake wooden shaft, so be a little bit careful for that. You can generally tell just by the feel that they're not wood. Well, it does look wood on it, but it is metal underneath, and it just has like this plastic wood over it. But they still will sell. People will buy them. The wood's better to get. Will move a lot faster for you. But if you can get these at, you know, a couple bucks, I would pick them up all day long. Can sell them as sets, sell them together. Drivers and putters do very well. Iron's not as good. But be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. But that's everything we sold over the weekend. As I said, we are struggling to get some sales because this is the kind of stuff I have right now. That's why I put a goal to spend $2,000. You guys are going to see it right here, kind of where we're at. Or if I haven't already shown it, show it again at least. But if you guys want to follow me on my journey as a full-time reseller, like, comment, subscribe, all that greatly helps me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.